mean, I'm fresh. I've been home, so that's even better.
How's the family side? Saw pictures with your daughter.
Great. It's always good to be a father. You know what I mean? I got some time to do that, so we hung out a little bit. I actually had to get in the pool yesterday. She's doing swimming lessons, so I had to get in. I don't like the chlorine, but I am a great swimmer, so y'all don't think I'm not.
Did you go to Astroworld?
Nah, bro. I should have. Nah, I wouldn't say I should have. I wanted to. I could have, but I ended up not going. Good thing I didn't, though.
When it comes to what you were able to do, maybe game-wise or looking at film, self-scouting, what did that reveal over the last week and a half?
I mean, we've been playing some pretty good ball, the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I think it's just kind of the mentality that we've been taking into games where, no matter what the situation is, no matter what's going on, we know it's up to us on what happens and what we give up. So I kind of think that's just been our mentality the last month or so. It's just, no matter the call, no matter what it is, no matter who's on the field, no matter who we going against, no matter what the offense is doing, we just got to control what we can control. And I think that's been helping us a lot.
You faced the Packers a number of times in your career. How does Aaron Rodgers make any wide receiving unit even more dangerous?
I mean, their core is great already, starting with 17, I think Davante's undeniably, top 2, top 3 receivers in the league, and I have a lot of respect for him. Been playing against these guys a lot, and, with A-Rod, we know what he brings to the table. He's the league MVP last year, and, he could be the league MVP every year, if you really look at it. He's the heartbeat of this team, and he has great weapons. And Randall Cobb also, vet guy that's been there that I've had a lot of battles against. And, so these guys, they're pretty good. They're really, really good, actually, and they have a great running game. But, you know what A-Rod brings to the table with that receiving core. They can be really explosive when they need to be, and we know they can run the ball efficiently also. So we got to be in tune, and it'll be a good challenge for us.
Having played there a lot when you're in that division, is there something in particular about that stadium, the fans and everything, that makes it challenging, or is it just the Packers tend to be good every year and they have Aaron Rodgers and they win a lot because of that?
I mean, they're always good. I mean, when have you not seen the Packers good, when A-Rod's healthy? So the fans are great fan, great atmosphere, historic stadium. So it's always good to play there. It's always fun. It's going to be cold. But that's what they like, it's just you driving there and you're in the neighborhood and then boom, Lambeau's in the middle of it all. So, I remember my first time going there, and that's probably the only stadium I ever took pictures in where it was just like, dang, I get to play here. You always see Sunday night, Monday night football in Lambeau, and it's just like, dang, So that's one of those places that, I can tell my kids that I actually played in, and when they get older and when they understand about the game.
What separates Davante to where you put him in that class of being among the top ones in the league?
I mean, he does everything. His releases, the way he high points the ball. He can play the deep ball. He runs the short intermediate routes. He runs, across the middle. He does it all. So everything he brings to the table, it doesn't amaze me because I've literally seen him since his second year in the league and the growth that he's continued to have each and every year. It's amazing. So he's good people. We always talk during the game, after the game, and I have a lot of respect for the guy. And, you know what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to get his targets, and he's going to capitalize on a lot of them.
What are the biggest differences you see schematically from LaFleur running the show compared to when Mike McCarthy was there beforehand? How are they using their players differently?
I mean, it's A-Rod. They had a mixture of LaFleur and stuff, but at the end of the day, A-Rod runs the show. We all know that. He's checking them into the best plays that he likes. He's probably going to go to the line with 2 or 3 calls, and he's going to get them in the best call. So he runs a lot of that show, and that's no discredit to LaFleur. He's a great head coach, great offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, it's A-Rod's show, and it's very similar to what he's been doing for most of his career. A lot of quick game RPOs, and when he needs to push the ball downfield, he can do that. But they're a lot more balanced than they used to be, and I think that works out well for A-Rod because it gives him a great dynamic in the play action pass game, things like that with the boots and things like that.
What's the toughest part of facing Rodgers?
I mean, he's seen everything, you know what I mean? So it's no confusing him. Like I say, he's going to get you into the best play. He's going to get those guys into the best play that capitalize on whatever the defense is doing, and he knows that because he's seen it all. And he has a freaking the way he gets the ball out, you know what I mean, it's so effortless, and it's hard to get a read on where he's going with the ball because he's one of those guys. He's hair trigger with the way he gets the release out, and you know what I mean, it's hard for a post safety, you know what I mean, to get a lot of jumps on what he can do because the way he can just maneuver and throw the ball at different arm angles and things like that. So got a lot of studying to do, and you know what I mean, it'll be a game of chess that we'll play, and then me and him will talk during the game like we always do. And you know what I mean, it's just one of those days where it's fun, it's competitive, and you know what I mean, let the best man win.
What do you say to him during game?
I mean, we just talk, you know. We athletes first guys, so we know each other, and we've played against each other. I mean, 6 out of my 7 years in the league, so he's seen me a lot, and I've seen him a lot. He's seen me at nickel, and he's seen me at free. He's seen me at strong. So, you know what I mean, we talk about different things, and, you know, I just think we have a pretty good competitive relationship.
Do you have a favorite play against him?
I mean, nah, not really. You know what I mean, I've won some, I've lost some, you know what I mean? So I don't really have a favorite play. I think my first time going against him my rookie year was probably my favorite game to go against him. You know what I mean? We won out there, but it was just dope to go against a quarterback like A-Rod. You know what I mean? He's all-time great. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Bobby was just in here talking about consistency. He's the guy that he's on the verge of 100 tackles for a 10th straight year. He's 6-time first-team All-Pro.
Right.
But I'm sure you knew about him when you got here, but what did you learn about him, like in his approach when you actually were his teammate?
I've just learned that for him, the small details matter. You know what I mean? He wants to hone in on small details, and whether it's taking care of your body, whether it's in the film room, whether it's, you know, business aspects, you know what I mean, whether it's the calls and, you know, what exactly is he supposed to do, what exactly is the D-line, and what am I supposed to do. It's just a lot of different things that, you know, small deals that you learn about being around an all-time great, and you see the way he maneuvers and it kind of rubs off on you, you know. So he's also a guy that I've learned that he's not serious as people would think, you know what I mean? He's a jokester. He always wants to play around. And I'm like, bro, you 31. Quit playing. It's time to lock in, you know what I mean? Let's get to it. But that's just kind of our relationship, you know. And I knew Bobby before I got here. We had the same agent at one point, so I was around him a couple times and, you know, just got to be around him. But when you hear it with him every day and you see the way he works, you see what he does, it kind of rubs off on you, and it makes you just want to better yourself. And, I mean, it's definitely been a big help for me, you know, being here with him. And even when KJ was here, it was the same thing. It was like those guys immediately brought me in and made me feel comfortable. And I just kind of watched what they did and, you know, how they take care of their body, how they cold tub, how they contrast, you know, how they look over film and things like that. So it's definitely paid off.
Quandre, what's the atmosphere of the locker room like this week, knowing Russell's more than likely going to be back for you guys?
I mean, it's business as usual. I mean, it's going to be great to have 3 back, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, we got to go out and do our job. So whether Gino or Russ is playing, we have one goal, and our goal is to go out there and just play how we've kind of been playing these last 2 to 3 weeks, and just go out there and play our best game.
Is 31 considered old?
No, that's not considered old, but, you know, I mean, I would think 10-year guy, 11-year guy, you know, he wouldn't be playing as much, but heck, I'll be there in 3 or 4 years, so I can't really say that.
Did you have a goal for how many years you want to play in the league?
When I first came in the league, my goal was 10. I mean, you don't really see too many 6-round guys playing 10 years, so I'm at 7 now, and year 7 is flying by, and I'm like, nah, 10, that's the minimum right now. So, you know what I mean? However long God wants me to play and however my body's feeling, I'll just go from there.
Anything else, guys? All right. Thanks, Quandre.
Thanks, Quandre.